subscribers, folks. Suba is playing random, and 7 Shadows will be playing Terran. Alrighty then. Let's see how this one turns out. I think both of these are Gold League subscribers, so Comedy Gold is going to be coming in right here. I should play the winner, actually. I should play the winner of these guys. They'll probably crush me. I'm not sure what League 7 Shadows is. I think it might be Platinum. He'd completely destroy my Zerg, which is terrible at the minute. Alright. Come on, Suba. And 7 Shadows. Please be right. It was. How wonderful. Alright, folks. Let me just blow my nose again. It's blinking the Viking flu. Ugh. The Swedes! The Swedes! They give me this flu all the time. Alright, folks, here we go. I bring you 7 Shadows. He is in the blue trunks, and he is playing Terran. This is not actually a best of 5 show match. This is a best of 1 show match. There we go. He is playing Terran in the blue trunks to the east of the Metalopolis versus his opponent. He randomed and he ended up Zerg. It is Suba. He is in the pink trunks, and he is playing Zerg to the west. And yes, indeed, this is a subscriber show match. Both of these guys donate $5 a month to support esports and the Showcraft tournaments. We like them very much, and as a result, we reward them with show matches and ridicule on the air. We're really nice like that. Now, 7 Shadows has no idea who he's up against in terms of his race, so he's going to start the supply depot right there, perhaps look for a wall-off. A sensible idea. It could be Zerg. You never know. You never know, and often best just to start the wall off and make sure that you're not going against some Zerg that could sneak into your base and horrible things end up happening and they steal all of your pickles. Those of you who don't know, actually, the Zerg are extreme fans of pickles. They like to steal them whenever possible, absorb their DNA in order to create some kind of pickleisk, a master race of Zerg strain. Thankfully, they've not been able to get too many pickles as of yet, so the universe continues to remain intact. Suba is on the spawning pool right there. He knows he's up against Terran. It's actually a curious move there by Suba. He could have hatched first here, so a little bit cautious. Doesn't delay the hatch by too much, but he could have very easily hatched first. Perhaps being a little bit cautious against some kind of Turax or bunker pressure, which is certainly common. No real doubt about that. Turax is coming back into fashion, I feel. It was so last season for a while, but you're seeing a lot more Turax play. Good opening pressure and things like that. Nothing unusual yet from 7 Shadows, however. He's decided to wall off, which ends up being the correct decision, considering he's going up against Zerg. He didn't know that, but scouting the close air, and he knows now that there is nothing there, so we're going to scout the far ground. In the meantime, we've got Suba going to do exactly the same thing. Thankfully, he, of course, has an Overlord, so we'll be able to scout that no problem. Single Marine up to the bottom there. The wall-off is complete, so no scouting information will be gotten right here. Extractor trick there by Suba to force out a Queen. And he can get his Overlord on the field and sort out his supply issues. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, 7 Shadows could potentially apply a bit of fake bunker pressure. That's exactly what he's going to do. He may even try and get the Marines in there, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know, it's nice positioning there by 7 Shadows. Could be difficult for Lings to actually get in there and get the surround. And you notice there's only 2 Lings coming out here for Suba as well. 4 might be more appropriate. Suba doesn't see it. Oh, sneaky little bastard, 7 Shadows. Suba now knows it, and unfortunately only produced 2 Lings. That's a really bad start for Suba. Suba must respond to this immediately. One, he's got to stop that from getting in there. Spinecrawler coming in. Oh, no, he's got to intercept that Marine. He knows he must intercept that Marine. The Marine gets it to the bunker. Get it, stab it, get its legs. Oh, no, too late. Well, that's a bit of a problem. It's not the worst thing. This is not like end game. Some people make assumptions. Oh, no, it's the end of the game. No, it's not. That Spinecrawler will go up. Actually, no, it might end up getting picked off here. Suba's got to kill that Marine. Never mind. Looks like he's going to get 2 in there, but he's got the Spinecrawler there. He'll be able to clean this up. What this does do is it forces Lings and it prevents mining from the natural, which is what, of course, a Zerg player would love to do. He'd love to move his drones down there. Spinecrawler killed as well. That was cancelled right there. There's a cleanup, and Suba should have his units there, but that's actually a really nice bit of positioning there by 7 Shadows. Just look at that. Suba needs to come around the side. He can't attack through there. He'll lose huge numbers of Zerglings if he tries that. There you go. He needs to get the surround. Okay, he's able to do that. It's not going to be enough. This really is not going well. Not at all for Suba. Holy crap. That is not a good engagement. Finally, he's able to bring that bunker down, but he's taken significant loss in the process. 7 Shadows will be forced away from the base, but a lot of mining time has been lost there by Suba, and quite a bit of damage done as well. Resources lost. You'll notice that Suba actually lost more. Oh, a cheeky gold base here for 7 Shadows. He's actually building his expansion on the gold, relying on the fact that his opponent, having taken economic losses, will be looking to drone for a while. Perhaps he is correct there. There are some lings on the field. I mean, taking this gold is so risky, but if he gets enough map control, say with the Hellions, and is able to properly guard that, then he wouldn't have too much of an issue. 7 Shadows is actively denying any scouting outside of the base, so Suba is not able to take control of the Xel'Naga watchtowers. As such, cannot spot this secret command center going down in the gold here. Well, that's very, very nice for 7 Shadows. It's incredibly nice. In fact, it gives him a significant economic lead. And he's also delayed gas for a very long time, you'll notice there, Suba. So there's no real way for those lings to run by. And now these 2 Hellions will be able to stop the creep spread. You see, me being in terrible league, my strategy for preventing this from happening and stopping getting creep tumors sniped off is build no creep tumors. It really confuses people. It's like, hey, you have no creep spread. I don't need them. I have Nidus Worms. Alright. Now, the Queen should be able to pick those off. Admittedly, if he ends up getting kited to oblivion, he's going to lose that Queen, so he doesn't need to watch out for that. Still no speed up either, so he's got no real way to surround that, unless, of course, 7 Shadows makes a mistake. Queen is so close to dying! Oh, it's cleaned up, and Suba able to hang on for the last possible moment. Now, Command Center coming up, and this will now eventually be scouted by Suba. Suba's got an Overlord in the main. 7 Shadows hasn't seemed to notice yet. It's a Stealth Overlord. It has a strange stealth coating that reflects radar and plain sight. Unless, of course, you're this Marine who has special goggles. There you go. And now, Suba realizes, oh, there's a gold base. And oh, there's nothing defending it yet. But I can't get in there. He's going to go for a Baneling nest. He would be able to do some significant damage to the back of that. Yeah, Banelings into the back of that mineral line would be devastating. He needs to get Siege Tech out. Huh, an interesting mid-game Reaper coming out here from 7 Shadows. Alright. Can he get any lings in? Well, he can stop the siege tank from going in. That's a good start. And into that mineral line he goes. Lots of damage coming in here. I would like to see some Banelings going into that. A follow-up of Banelings would have been perfect, but turns out he's not going to be able to get that. But he can kill the bunker. Can he kill the bunker? No, he can't kill the bunker. Good God. Holds onto it. I thought 7 Shadows was going to let that die there for a second. See how much damage he's done. He's only actually killed 3 workers there, which is not as good. He could have done so much more damage there. If only just denied mining time, I mean, he could have just hung around here and then no mining would have happened. And then brought the Banelings in to destroy that large clump, but Suba doesn't do that, and that's a bit of a problem for him. Didn't do quite as well as I would have liked. A couple of links come in, but now the mid-game Reaper is here to clean up that without any problems at all. And 7 Shadows now with a significant economic advantage over his opponent. You see the mineral mining there is absolutely obscene, and he's also grabbed a third behind that. And there's an SCV sheltering in there for a cup of tea. So, why not? Alrighty then. That's going to be an orbital command, of course. Interesting that he didn't go for an orbital command in the center. Usually you do that on the gold base to prevent harassment, but he's getting really greedy. The question is, what can Suba do? Well, he's very, very late on his lair tech there, as you can see, and Baneling detonation is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's a nice little building placement here by 7 Shadows. Basically impossible to get Banelings in there without busting at least one building. So this is going to be tricky, and also this Reaper might end up spotting some Banelings, and they can also count Banelings all day if you've got even basic micro skills. Spire on the way up right here for Suba. Going in the back, and what will he find? He'll find some exposed drones, can snipe away at that. However, he is choosing to attack the drones, which are mining gas, which means that he kills them significantly slower, but Suba isn't reacting to it, so it's not too much of a problem. Aha! The standard reaction of pulling off all your drones in order to surround a Reaper. Turns out that kind of works. There is actually a Queen there. I'm not sure if Suba realized that, but never mind. Baneling's now in place, and he can't get there. It's just not going to happen. No, no, don't do that! Don't do that! Well, never mind. There were Banelings there. Rest in peace, little Banelings. Rest in peace. 7 Shadows snipes that off without too much of a problem, and Suba looking in a bit of trouble here, honestly. He's not able to harass effectively. He is mining gas now from all 4 there, but it hasn't taken a third. So being 1 base behind a Terran who also has the gold base, has had the gold base for the last 5 minutes, is generally not where you want to be. Not ideal. Suba. What's he going to do? He's so behind in supply here. 7 Shadows could actually just build Marines and win at this point, and that's probably not a terrible thing to do. 3 queens up for Suba. That's nice. Get some good creep spread. Unfortunately, he has no units to go on the creep. It's usually a good idea. Mutalisks finally coming onto the field. Actually, very little defense against that. The Marine count is spread out across the map, and there are no turrets, so some harassment could happen here. Drop coming in with a siege tank as well. Interesting. The siege tank behind this is quite effective if you've got vision outside of it. Makes it a bit more difficult to pick off. Suba should see this coming. The question is, what does he respond with? He only has 9 lings and 5 mutas. He doesn't actually have any units. Oh, he's making 19 banelings. That's, not an ideal response, I have to say, especially when there's now a tank dropped in your mineral line. Something has got to be done about that. He needs to bring the banelings in, as well as the mutalisks, in order to try and clean this up. There's the deployment, and he's going to lose a lot of banelings if he's not careful, but here we go. A lot of banelings invested to clean that up, but it is done. 2 more command centers coming up, looking to take the Artosis route of things. When you are ahead, get further ahead, or alternatively build a line of planetary fortresses. That's good too, nothing wrong with that. Upgrade count is looking really nice here for 7 Shadows as well. So, I just want to point out, by the way, that it's currently 76 SCVs to 28 drones, which I would class as fairly suboptimal. Now, you can say Terran OP all you please, but honestly, that's a lot of SCVs, and 7 Shadow can pretty much do whatever he wants here. Suba doesn't appear to be building really anything, which is something of a problem, and has got to do damage in order to make this work. Good bailing detonation right there by Suba, and a nice little surround as well. Takes the medevac out as well, but he doesn't have any units. And 7 Shadows is building 9 Marines simultaneously. Missile turrets coming down as well. The muta count isn't actually high enough to break missile turrets. It needs to be at a certain critical mass in order to make that happen. Oh, another command center coming down right here. Will at least be planetary fortresses here by 7 Shadows. They may very well be. I think he's going to actually expand to every spot on the map. Not a bad tactic when your opponent is not attacking you and has no units with which to attack you. 31 drones versus 84 SCVs. I actually think that 7 Shadows, well microed, could go in with his SCVs right now and win. Admittedly, he'd have to avoid the banelings. That could be quite tricky. Ventral Sacs coming in right here. Very nice. Very interesting. Some baneling drops, perhaps, on the field here for Suba. 7 Shadows, on the other hand, is building everything on the planet. He's going to take every expansion he can possibly find. Because, well, why not? Suba's not in an ideal position at the moment. Maybe able to get a deny on this expansion right here. Admittedly, 6 Mutalisks will kill the command center sometime in the year 2013, I would think. May force cancel, though. There you go. Doesn't really matter too much. 7 Shadows does have a few spares, to say the least. Now, Suba, what do you plan on doing here? Suba's on 70 supply, and 7 Shadows is on 178, which is not ideal. Neither's that. Now, yeah, he's forgotten to deploy a siege tank, but that doesn't really matter. And as you can see, the banelings did precisely nothing. So, I'm not too worried. Oh, four Ghost Academies coming down here for 7 Shadows. A very standard build when you're going up against an opponent who is clearly not as good as you are. Both these guys are actually in equal leagues, but I have a feeling that Zerg is not the strong point of Suba. Not at all. I think he picked random, thinking his opponent was going random, and then suddenly discovered that his opponent was actually playing Terran. 96 SCVs. Are we going to go for 101? Yes, we are. We're going to build 101 SCVs, 101 spotted SCVs that we're going to kill, skin, and then wear as a fur coat. What can I say? I'm Cruella de Vil. Alright, a little bit of a drop coming down here. Should be cleaned up without too much of a problem here for Suba. In the meantime, another drop into the main as well. Reasonable amount of damage. For some reason, 7 Shadows has no shield, which is kind of weird, considering that he's got an awful lot of Marines against banelings. 103 SCVs, 105 SCVs now available. I think actually 7 Shadows is going to build nothing but SCVs for the rest of this match. Now, 7 Shadows, of course, does need to remember that you can't actually attack using nukes if you don't have a ghost. So, he's got 2 nukes, but no way to deliver them just yet. So, unless one of those Marines is going to walk over there with a suitcase, I have a feeling that Suba should be safe from that for the time being. What he's not safe from is the possibility of losing his spawning pool, as you can see right here. No, he's actually using the TotalBiscuit tactic right here, sending in 4 lings at a time, which, as it turns out, is not very efficient against Marines and Medivacs that are upgraded with +2/+2. Suba is not in a good position. GG. There we go. Well, that wasn't so pleasant, was it? Impressive play there by 7 Shadows. Not so much by Suba, unfortunately, and commiserations to him.